We all enjoy feeling good. We chase pleasure in many ways. We eat tasty food, watch funny movies, and spend time with loved ones. These things make us feel happy. Seeking pleasure is a natural human instinct. It helps us survive. We are wired to seek out things that make us feel good. These things release dopamine in our brains, which reinforces these behaviors. However, constantly chasing pleasure can be harmful. It can lead to addiction and unhappiness. It's like eating too much candy. It tastes good at first, but then it makes you sick. Imagine a hamster running on a wheel. It keeps running and running, but never gets anywhere. This is like the hedonic treadmill. The hedonic treadmill is a theory that explains why pleasure is often short-lived. We get used to good things, so we need more and more to feel happy. It's like getting a raise at work. At first we feel happy and excited, but soon we adapt to our new income and want another raise. This constant chase for more leaves us feeling empty and unsatisfied. We work harder and harder, but never reach a point of lasting happiness. The Law of Diminishing Returns explains this phenomenon. It states that the more we experience something pleasurable, the less pleasure we get from it. Think about eating pizza. The first slice is amazing. The second slice is still good, but by the fifth slice, you're probably not enjoying it as much. You might even feel sick. The same principle applies to other pleasures. The more we engage in them, the less effective they become at making us feel good. Addiction is an extreme example of the hedonic treadmill. When we become addicted to something, we need it to function. We build a tolerance and need more to get the same effect. This can have serious consequences for our mental and physical health. Addiction can lead to financial problems, relationship issues, and even death. It's important to remember that pleasure is not the enemy. We need pleasure to live a happy life. But when we become overly reliant on it, it can control us. Section 5. The fleeting nature of pleasure. Pleasure is temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. This is because our brains are wired to adapt to new situations. This adaptation helps us survive, but it also means that pleasure is always fleeting. For example, imagine you buy a new car. You're excited about it for a few weeks, but then the excitement fades. You get used to having a new car, and it no longer brings you the same level of joy. This doesn't mean that we should stop enjoying pleasurable things. It just means that we shouldn't expect them to bring us lasting happiness. Section 6. The importance of meaningful activities. So if pleasure doesn't lead to lasting happiness, what does? The answer is doing activities that are meaningful. Meaningful activities give us a sense of purpose. They make us feel like we are part of something larger than ourselves. These activities vary from person to person. They might include spending time with loved ones, volunteering, pursuing a hobby, or working towards a goal. The important thing is that these activities are personally meaningful to us. Unlike pleasure, meaning is not fleeting. It stays with us and gives us a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. Section 7. Finding balance for lasting happiness. The key to happiness is finding a balance between pleasure and meaning. We need both in our lives. Pleasure gives us moments of joy, while meaning gives us a sense of purpose. When we focus too much on pleasure, we end up on the hedonic treadmill, constantly chasing after the next high. But when we focus too much on meaning, we can forget to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. The best approach is to find a balance that works for us. Incorporate pleasurable activities into our lives, but don't make them the sole focus. Make time for activities that give us a sense of meaning and purpose. In conclusion, while seeking pleasure is a natural human instinct, constantly chasing it can lead to unhappiness. The hedonic treadmill illustrates how we adapt to pleasure and require more to achieve the same level of happiness. This pursuit can trap us in a cycle of fleeting satisfaction and potential addiction. True happiness lies in finding a balance between enjoyable activities and those that provide us with meaning and purpose. By focusing on activities that give us a sense of fulfillment, we can step off the hedonic treadmill and cultivate a more profound and lasting sense of well-being. Remember, true happiness is not about constantly chasing pleasure, but about living a meaningful and fulfilling life. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful in any way, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more similar content. Your support means a lot to us. Once again, thank you for watching, and remember to stay awesome.